A small shop glows with warm light on a foggy street in 1847. Inside, an old man, Elias Finch, works on a big clock with strange symbols. The wind blows outside and thunder rumbles. Elias adds the last gear to a strange machine called the Chronometer Obscura. He turns a golden key and the machine starts to glow. Sparks fly and a blue light spins around him. Elias is pulled into a bright tunnel of swirling light. He sees flashes of the past and the future. His pocket watch floats in front of him, spinning fast. Elias falls onto a cobblestone street in 1797. The town looks newer and different from what he remembers. A horse-drawn carriage rushes past him. Elias sees a young man talking to shopkeepers. It's his father, but much younger. Elias hides in the shadows, staring in shock. Elias talks with his father. He accidentally tells him things about the future. The sky flickers as if time is changing. Elias walks through town and sees things that shouldn't be there. A shop that didn't exist before is now there. He looks at his pocket watch, worried. Elias runs to an old workshop to build the time machine again. He draws blueprints on paper, working fast. The air feels heavy and strange, like time is broken. People in town see him sneaking around. They think he is a spy or a wizard. A crowd gathers outside the workshop calling for him. Elias ignores the people outside and keeps working. He finishes the time machine, and it starts to glow. The crowd outside shouts louder. The door bursts open, and people rush in. Elias jumps into the machine and turns it on. A bright light fills the room, and he disappears. Elias lands back in town, but something is wrong. His shop has a different name. He looks inside and sees a stranger working on a time machine. Elias slowly starts disappearing. The world around him blurs and fades. His pocket watch falls from his hand. Elias wakes up on cold, hard ground. The air is thick with smoke and the sky above is a deep red. Strange buildings rise around him, tall, metallic and glowing with blue light. He is not in 1847 anymore, nor in 1797. He has landed in a future he never imagined. Elias stands up, his head spinning. The streets are empty except for strange metal carriages without horses. The air hums with an electric sound. A giant screen on a building flickers, showing the year, 2097. He has traveled 250 years ahead. Suddenly, a figure appears. A man wearing a silver suit. His eyes glow softly as he speaks. "You do not belong here," he says. "We have been waiting for you." Elias steps back, heart pounding. "Waiting for me?" he asks. The man nods. "Yes, you broke time, and now you must fix it." The man takes Elias to a massive building filled with glowing blue machines. "This is the time nexus," he explains. "You changed history when you spoke to your father. Time has been unraveling ever since. Your existence is fading because you were never meant to be here." Elias looks down at his hands. They are turning transparent. Elias must go back to 1847, to the moment before he turned the key. "But how?" he asks. The man places a small device in his hand, a futuristic time crystal. "This will take you home, but only once. Use it wisely." Elias nods. He knows what he must do. Elias activates the crystal. A powerful white light engulfs him. The futuristic city fades away. When the light vanishes, he is back in his shop in 1847. The Chronometer Obscura is still in front of him. The golden key is still in his hand. But this time, he does not turn it. Instead, he smashes it to pieces. Time is restored. Elias takes a deep breath. Outside, the world is the same as before. No changes, no future cities, no flickering sky. He sits down, relieved. The time machine is gone forever, or so he thinks. But in the corner of the room, a single glowing gear remains, still humming with energy. The cycle may not be over yet.